Welcome to the
Brodies.
And we're back
At the Brodies.
A bunch of bros.
On the chairs.
Like
on the couches.
now you trying to be cool with it.
Yeah.
You trying to be cool. Suave guy over here.
You know,
Puppy
last
dog
week-
guys.
Oh, here we go.
This guy right here.
Yo, it's amazing to be back with y'all. I'm Mr. Brown.
Slim.
Cass in the building.
And what we talk about today?
This is gonna be our Juneteenth. I don't want to say full episode on Juneteenth, but just we want to get into it, talk about it.
It's a celebration, bitches.
Basically, talk about it, and maybe educate some who don't know much on it.
Hey, guess what though?
What though?
You always hear his voice laughing and shit in the background.
Oh,
yeah.
Go and introduce yourself, Playboy. Talk when it's time to talk that talk.
I don't know how to follow up that introduction. Hi, everybody.
So casual.
So soft and polite. I love it.
Is B. Anthony.
The engineer, the glue to the Brodies.
It's very kind of you. Thank you guys for having me on off screen.
Yeah, so
It's like a shot.
Hey, where?
That's a shot, man.
that's
He's like,
passive
fuck, I ain't
aggressive.
on.
Passive aggressive as hell.
Fuck, I ain't on screen for like.
No, I'm glad to be a part. Thank you.
All right, so we talking Juneteenth.
Juneteenth and
Which
also some
we-
insecure recap stuff.
Yeah, and celebrating. So it was like funny. So my mom, who's been on one of the episodes, I think my mother's the only mother that's been on an episode of the Brodies.
That's a fact.
That is a fact. And
Probably will be the only one.
and she does a lot of discussions on race relations. She calls me up, son. She calls me up and she goes, son, I'm not trying to be like slow or no. I'm trying to figure out why everybody celebrating Juneteenth all of a sudden. Why are we celebrating this Texas holiday? And I was like, true. True. But I was like, Mom, I think it's two things. Because one, if you don't know, the most Negroes in America celebrate Emancipation Day on January 1st, because that's when the Emancipation Proclamation went into effect January 1st of 1863. 63? Sounds
Yeah, 63.
Right. So most Negroes celebrated on that instead of 1865, which was 2.5 years later. For Juneteenth. And I was like, Mom, well, maybe because it's the branding, they got a cooler name, Juneteenth. That just sounds like a Negro came up with that shit. And I appreciate it, man. Good branding. And we not free until we all free. So, like, yeah, we may be celebrating emancipation, but we wasn't all emancipated. So,
Shit, not even all of us knew of it, so.
yeah, so let's celebrate Juneteenth. But yeah,
That's
it's very
still
much
so wild to me.
It is a Texas holiday, though.
Like, I didn't know that I was free. Wait, what? You mean I was free this whole time?
What would you have done with your first day of freedom? If you was a Texas slave. Let's say you was in Galveston, Texas. And it's hot.
I'd probably just go north.
I would leave.
I'd probably just go north.
Just get away.
Like, I have a family, we going north. I don't know, just north. We getting the fuck out of here.
I'm talking about day one. Day one, you was like, nigga, let's
We getting the fuck. I'm out.
Let's
Just
go.
We out. Like,
like, where you going, Ohio?
I don't want to be back. I just don't want to be here. I just don't want to be here. I just don't want to be here. So
North.
I'm going away. That's it.
How about you, Slim?
Day
Day one, found out you free.
We have a cookout. We gonna eat good and then celebrate.
That Texas barbecue. You know,
then-
Negroes came up with barbecue. Mm-hmm.
Eat good and then
That's steer right there. That's that cow right there. That's that cow. You
Go home, baby. Come on.
And you go find massive best steer and chop that motherfucker up. It's like, I'm about to get that good rib, beef rib. Put that thing in the pit.
Nah,
Make
man,
sure
you need to head up north because
Man, there ain't no papers was talking about going up north at the time. How about you there, B? What would you have done with your first day of freedom?
I'm sorry. I feel like it's gonna be funny.
I would leave. I would probably get out. Like
I don't want to be
before
here.
they changed their mind or
Before they try to
Yeah.
like,
Psych, come back.
like they change their mind or they just angry, want to kill. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm
before
out.
they realized like, wait. But yeah, I would leave.
I do the barbecue and everything once I get to my.
Because at that point, did they even have property or like own?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So what would I be staying for?
Yeah.
So
I would definitely agree. My base would be to throw a party, a massive party.
Like I would have wanted to at one point, but I just know
I'll throw one on the spot like we free now. Boop, boop, boop. And then I'll find the overseer and I'm gonna smack the shit out this dude. like there's more of us than you. I'm gonna
the
smack
brakes off of him, huh?
That's kind of risky though, being that they were already probably pissed that they had to let us go.
What you gonna do? The Union soldier right there. Ha ha, ha ha. You ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. I'll smack the shit out you. I'm free. You know you deserve this smack.
Shit, that Union Soldier product was like, I don't even want to do this, but they're making me do this, so they're free. He probably want to help me out if anything popped off.
But that's probably the weirdness of it all. Like, you're free, but what does that really mean? That wasn't even defined. Like,
Because you think about it, like you were held against your will for so long without any life skills. All you know how to do is just work from sun up to sundown. And when you're free, it's like, well,
What is
next?
free?
Like, what do I do
free?
next? Like,
right. And then
who's gonna hire me? Like, how I'm gonna provide
There was
for
no
my family?
training. There was There's nothing to just explain like what is free. It's like, wait, I don't.
I do.
To them, it's like this is normal, so to speak. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
So this is not normal.
I
So
know what
what's
I would
free?
do. I know what I do. I'm looting the liquor cabinet at Master House.
Okay.
I'm taking the getting the brandy, the rum, the whiskey.
This
all
nigga said
that.
I'm looting, man.
I'm looting that shit, bro. Like, yo, come on now. We gotta have a celebration. Like if you really think about it in context of slavery, right? There's hella black folk, right?
This is true.
Like it's a numbers game at this point.
This is true.
You're right, it is risky. But we got the numbers right now. Like technically we have the numbers. So I'm about to take some liquor.
But they got weapons though.
You have the numbers, but then you're still a part of a system that could
But
pretty much
at
still.
but at the time, if you was a Union soldier and you've been fighting this war, you don't come on now. Like they was burning down Atlanta. I don't think them Union soldiers was really caring too much about what the heck the other white men was gonna do. It's like, yo, you shot at me the other day, now you want me to be cool? Nah. Take his liquor. Well, you know they was naming slaves like crazy things like Mars. Take his liquor. Drink it, I'll drink with you. And I wish he would. And then look at him. Look him dead in his eye.
Like, we drinking his liquor, what's up? I wish you would try me.
How you like that Horatio? Because they was naming us after all kind of weird stuff back in the day.
Those are some of the dumbest names I've ever heard about.
It was like either really simple or like you named me after a Greek god, but you won't let me do Greek god.
That's it.
Your name is Toby.
That's got me out here naming Apollo and whatnot, whatever. But anywho, so that's Juneteenth and what we would do with freedom. So what did y'all do for Juneteenth? Like, how did y'all celebrate since we all celebrating Juneteenth now? That's a thing now.
So a lot of my friends got their jobs was like, oh, you could take we're honored as a federal national holiday, so you get the day off and shit. And I was like, So about I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I told you guys that I at my job, I was like, hey, I think we need to have a conversation about what's going on outside. We're very we have a lot of diverse residents here. So based on that, they want me to be in the racial inequality group. And I was like, where?
That's a setup.
It is. I was like
that guy.
Yeah, I was like,
that guy.
He's that guy.
I was like, where? A part of me was like, do I even want to do this? And I was like, so I only plan to be at the job anyway 2-3 years anyway. So I was like,
I hope
fuck
they
it.
don't listen to this podcast.
I was going to say, do you want to say that? But you wouldn't care. I'm sorry. I forgot who I was talking to.
I wasn't. So I was like,
Oh,
cool.
the young.
I was like, I'll do it. Cool. I was like, all right, cool. So then I joined that, and then I was like, I realized nobody's said anything about Juneteenth. So I was like, So I just brought it up to my coworkers to see if they were gonna acknowledge it, because we have a lot of black residents. So I was like, I just want to see if you're gonna acknowledge it. So then they told me that stuff was on very. I feel kind of weird. It's this is all this is happening very short notice, and I was like, I was like, I see what you're saying, so I'm not gonna be full, whatever. So I was like, all right, cool.
For what?
I was just gonna be like, so you're not gonna do anything for Juneteenth? You're not gonna acknowledge or celebrate anything?
You didn't go full Negro?
Yeah, I was like,
full Afro-American?
Yeah.
Full Hotep?
I was waiting for. I was like, I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it. So I was like, all right. I was like, I just gotta let Brown get his shit off. You just gotta let him get his shit off sometimes.
No. I'm sitting here listening to your words, and I'm like, did I help to unlock your eternal Super Negro, because I think it's inside all of us.
I'd probably say you played probably since I've met you has played a major part, but I think probably the first protest I went to, that probably was what like flipped the switch or unlocked it or whatever. Like you were probably like
this is the last episode, everybody. My work is done.
And Brodies done. And
It's not in place anymore.
you don't need
The
it.
sunken place.
So
I quantum leaped it.
I'll say that was probably the main thing when I was out, just being out there, because I remember growing up, my aunts used to tell me about like when they were out there protesting and stuff like that. I was just like, damn. It's like I wanted to be a part of that, but I also didn't want a world where I had to be a part of that. So it was like kind of conflicted. So I was like, all right, I guess this is my chance to finally do that, so to speak. So I was like, all right, I want to take advantage of that. And I feel like it just brings you closer to like my great grandfather. I feel like I'm just closer with him. Never spoke to them, never even heard their voice because I don't think there's any recordings. But it's like, okay, I feel closer with them or whatever. So, say all that to say, I just like try to talk. I just tried to. At times, it's hard being that black guy trying. You don't feel like you need to educate white people on shit. You don't. But I do feel like if this is a genuine situation, I feel like I could bring some knowledge to some people who are just ignorance is bliss, who just didn't know shit or didn't care to know shit. Either one. But it was like, all right, cool. I'll be that guy. Whatever. It doesn't really bother me that much. I can have the same conversation over and over. Shit don't annoy me like that. So I was like, all right, cool. But I just wanted to like talk to them about the history about it.
So America, you hear that? Cass spent his Juneteenth educating white people.
Well, not all of Juneteenth. That was just like the work of Juneteenth. Because like I didn't take the day off. Because I was like,
everybody.
I need to
Give him a hand clap for doing the Lord's work.
I hate this nigga so much.
Up next, we have an A and B selection.
Continue. I'm gonna commentate like they do the National Geographic as he's talking.
So we had that or whatever, and then we just started talking about stuff that we could do for next year. Because I was like, it is like the day. This was like the day before that.
Next year.
So I was like, all right, cool. But we did like have a nice discussion about it I had with the CEO. So I was like, all right, cool. Then after work, I went to the doctor. Nothing big. I had to check on some blood work.
Yo, wait, no.
I'm describing my whole day.
I went to the grocery store. I picked up some celery. I don't know why I bought the celery. Celery is disgusting, but you know.
Celery's great. Don't do that.
Apparently, the recipe called for it. Hi.
So did that, and then I went to one of my girl's friend's house.
You were supposed to kick it with me. I'm upset with you.
Done.
I can talk to you about that off here. I can't talk to you about that on there. I can talk to you about it off here.
Oh.
But it was just like, I made a decision. I was like, do I want to go to a place that I've been so many times? So I was like, I've never been to her house. And they've always told me how nice it is. So I was like, I want to see it.
It was a matter of being with me. I try to tell people, and it came up yesterday on Juneteenth at an event I was invited to along with the other members of the Brodies. And I was the only one there, that I really only go out.
I invited Brown out so many times, and he always tells me no.
I only go out 1 out of 5 times. I go out 20%, and this is 1 of my 5 times, and I did not see you there. If you know I'm only coming out 20% of the time, I was like, damn, they ain't even out here, but it's okay.
I didn't know that, actually. I didn't know it was a number of 20%.
Nigga, you could have used your anecdotal notes.
No, he's right 87% of the time.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know, I was like 87. I was like,
but you see me, like, America, if you ain't know, the Brodies used to live together.
Great times.
Great times.
Not me. Just want to paint a very honest
This is the way he
picture.
said it, not me.
So casually.
Yeah, what?
So casually.
It could have, though. It would have been great for...
I'm sure there would have been amazing stories.
Amazing stories. You could have lived in the bottom floor. Like, no one really went down there like that.
And we could all watch movies and just like, oh.
Yeah, it was a projector screen and everything, and a Nintendo
nice.
64.
I used to watch
Pokemon
I
Stadium.
watched wrestling on that projector
That
so many
actually
nights.
sounds exciting.
All right, but you notice that I,
Mr. Brown.
Devin L. Brown,
Government.
did not
Did not.
go out to every single event.
This is true.
Was I invited to every single event? Yeah, I think I was invited because of strength of y'all. Because they was like, we got to invite that nigga too. And I'm like, You don't have to if you don't want to. And how many times did I go? Did I go every time?
No,
No.
that's true.
So when I do go out, it's a special occasion. Special. And I was
special.
like, hey, like I got invited to a Juneteenth celebration in Baltimore. And I was like, no, I will stay here in D.C. to celebrate Juneteenth with my friends, my Brodies. And did I see a Brody at this Juneteenth celebration? Not a none one.
I had to work. I just want to put that out there. I had to.
I had to make a decision. I made it. I'm not even. Yeah. I apologize. We could work on this.
I'm
but
sorry.
we're here now.
We're waiting on one more voice.
Slim is out in the streets.
Nah, Slim was actually knocked out Friday. I was asleep for good reasons.
He went to the doctor, everybody.
Yeah.
So apparently I'm the only Negro that didn't decide to
to the doctor.
You back on Friday too?
Yeah, I had to get my blood work checked. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I got a tetanus shot. The shit still.
I went to the chiropractor on Thursday. Does that count?
That does count.
That does count. That does count.
Yeah.
we getting our body checked for Juneteenth.
Make sure I'm healthy.
Make sure we actually. What good is freedom if your body sucks? So hey, get your health right. Get
Make
your
sure you're
health.
good.
Bars.
So
felt that.
bars.
So what? So I got a question for you guys. All right. Slim was asleep. Cass was hanging out with his other friends, and we
Traitor.
No, we listen to the podcast. He doesn't always want his circles to intermingle. We know that.
No, it's a fact. It's true. It's true. Doesn't bother me. Don't bother me one bit.
What would be the optimal emancipation plate? Like if you was to have a plate of food that represented your freedom, what would be upon that plate?
This is about to be the most blackest
Freedom food.
It's about to be the blackest segment ever.
Freedom food.
Are we going with sides or?
Nigga, the plate, nigga.
Oh, no,
What's
I'm
on
saying.
the?
All right, so on the plate-
look, I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying, nigga, what's on your freedom plate?
Mac and cheese. It's on my plate.
Macaroni and cheese.
Mac and cheese on the plate.
Yep.
You know we got that from the Italian, right?
I don't give a fuck, it's on my plate.
We remixed that bad boy and made it something special.
Multiple remixes.
I'm having that. Some collard greens. I love collard greens, so I'm having that on my plate.
What's in your collard greens?
Neck bone.
Neck bone.
Oh, you got that fat back?
Yeah.
Nigga, which one?
I don't know. Whatever my mom makes. I don't ask questions. I
Nigga,
just,
both?
whatever
Celery?
my mom.
Nigga, what you got in there?
Whatever my mom has made, I don't ask questions. I have never asked, never looked, never watched.
You don't know if it's turkey or pork
No,
or
it's just
It's turkey.
good.
That I do know is turkey.
turkey? Okay.
Because she
turkey neck.
switched from pork because like for the health reason, whatever. She switched to turkey.
Okay,
I was
so,
like, all right,
so,
whatever.
we got
So I know it.
smoked turkey neck in there.
High in sodium. That pork.
That
Get
pork.
turkey.
Yeah, you can't put that fat back in everything.
So that.
We gotta put some yams in there.
No, it's his plate,
Oh,
not
my
your
fault, my
plate.
fault.
No,
Come on
I've
now.
been debating on that one, but I was like,
His freedom plate.
said that's so aggressive. His freedom plate.
It's the
Don't touch his plate.
It's the juice.
I'll probably do yams. Now that I think about it, do some yams. I'm trying to debate between a biscuit or some cornbread. I'm trying to debate.
Oh.
I'm trying to debate. I don't want both. I want one. So
Well, you
I'm trying
free, nigga. You could do both.
I just think that's like mad on my
Never
plate.
go wrong with biscuits though.
See, but I love cornbread too, though.
Jiffy cornbread or just cornbread from scratch?
but both of them made it with love. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Hey, I'm
like
with
the
Jiffy.
biscuit and the cornbread. Oh, you want the Jiffy cornbread?
yeah.
Oh, the
You
itis
put a
is...
little vanilla extract in that bitch?
Woo!
Oh, goddamn, my ears.
I'd probably do. I'd probably do the cornbread though. I'd probably go cornbread.
That nigga ain't got no meat. He vegetarian on this
No,
shit. He thinking about the meat right
Yeah,
now.
like, that's the thing. I was like,
We got the meat.
Oh boy.
This episode is sponsored by
the meats.
Arby's.
I probably have fried chicken on my plate.
Wings, legs, or thighs, or breast.
Breast and thighs.
what? Who eats breast?
This is his
Fried breast. I know,
Nigga, you
right,
just
right, right.
nigga completed. He just defended my plate and shit on my plate within 30 seconds.
This is his plate.
You're right.
This plate.
Right.
Pass the
I'm sorry. Like I got a
It's
3-piece
like you're
from
having a traumatic
Popeyes.
episode right now. Like,
I got a 3-piece from Popeyes the other day, and I asked for the leg, the thigh, and the
It's very
wing.
specific.
And they gave you the
They give you a
breast.
big ass.
He gave me a breast of that bitch. I was like, oh, that's not what I wanted. It's so hard to get the meat off that. It's not juicy. It's not. I hate it. I'd rather you give me 2 thighs.
Here's
I
the
love
real
it.
question.
I love it.
Did you get jelly with your biscuits or honey?
I don't never eat them Popeye biscuits because I'm not trying to die prematurely.
wait, what?
What?
They too damn thick.
That's the best
Nigga,
part.
they're greatness.
I be like, I can't. Ooh.
That's why you need water or a drink right next to you.
All the moisture in my body has been sucked
You need
away.
a drink next
got
to you,
cotton
yes.
Yeah, like this biscuit is a.
That's why you have a
my
drink.
God.
That is why you have a drink.
You got cotton mouth?
Hey, your mouth be like this. I need a drink.
That's why you have a drink.
2 liters.
You
of water.
only eat a Popeye's biscuit if you have a drink and
Oh,
jelly.
Man, I don't never
Or
eat
honey
that.
if that's your thing. I'm jelly, but if honey, that's cool
I don't
too.
eat none
You
of
haven't
them
had
biscuits
that
are
issue
great.
with the Popeye
It doesn't matter.
biscuit.
Oh,
It doesn't matter. Any jelly.
Nigga,
As long as I got jelly, I'm happy.
Yo, no. Nigga, if I was to be a torture for someone who's administering torture,
You give him a biscuit.
I'll put a gallon of like lemonade on the table and then feed this and then let this nigga eat like 4 Popeyes biscuits and then take the damn lemonade away. Now tell me your secrets, nigga. Tell me your secrets. You want
I need the water.
This is
I
not
can't
the way
drink that water.
This was not the way our show was laid out. I promise y'all. It was not the way this
It was actually laid out way better in
Way better.
pre-production.
No,
In
it's-
pre-production, it was great.
No, it's cool. What's your freedom plate, Gerard? And then we can
I gotta
move
go
on to some other things.
I need some greens. I need yams.
What kind of greens?
Collard greens.
Okay.
I need some macaroni and cheese.
Your plate looks just like his right now.
Potato salad.
What kind of potato salad? What's in your potato salad?
Who made
Raisins?
Apples. No. Oh, God. I need apples.
Watch it, Karen.
Well, you want apples in your potato salad?
Watch it.
First of all, my grandmother made this.
He's like, don't you talk shit about
And
this.
she passed away a long time ago, jerks.
Hey, wait, apples in your potato salad?
Yeah. Say something about my grandmother. I'm putting it right in there.
America, you can't see, but that nigga pointed his finger dead in my chest.
I sure did.
And I be quiet.
I'll be quiet.
God.
But yeah, my grandmother made it. But you know,
No, keep going.
Yo, it's about to be some beef right now. I got you, bro. All right, cool.
I'm scared as
I got
shit right now, bro.
across the border.
All right.
Nobody's on it either cast. In terms
Was
of
it
like,
mashed or was it sliced in? Or
as a kid.
I'm just curious.
I remember as a kid, but it was really good. I really enjoyed my grandmother's potatoes.
Okay.
So, yeah. But I was a kid. But anyway, so I got macaroni and cheese, yams,
Potato salad,
collard greens. I need some fried chicken. I'm going with the legs and the thigh and a couple thighs.
Couple thighs.
For
Thighs are
dessert,
fire.
I need a lemon pound cake.
Oh, I didn't even say dessert.
Oh,
Oh,
that
shit.
nigga went with the lemon.
I'm going
With
sweet
the-
potato
with the
pie for my
lemon-
dessert.
With the lemon frosting on it.
I'm going sweet potato pie for my dessert.
That's not bad either. Maybe banana pudding in there too.
Banana
that
pudding.
nigga going.
Yeah, I'm going in.
He
Yo,
going
it's a
full
celebration,
dessert.
man. Yeah.
So I'm gonna enjoy this view.
It's a
I'm
freedom
enjoying
plate.
this. Yep. And a glass of H2O.
Nigga said a glass of
glass of
H2O.
water.
Oh, you know what? That's balance.
That's balance, yeah.
You don't need after all that. You gonna need more than a glass.
This is what I want.
Lord.
I want my pork chop fried.
I knew this nigga was
Gravy.
gonna say pork chop.
I want barbecue ribs. I want Hoppin' John, because I'm a Negro and I'm free. And I want that on my plate. Y'all know what Hoppin' John is?
I
Nope.
have no,
No
idea
idea.
what that is.
Man, I guess it's just a Charleston thing, but it's like black eyed peas and rice.
Oh, okay.
But that's like where you are celebrating your economic freedom as well, because Hoppin' John supposed to be like lucky. And,
It's like January 1st. Like
yeah,
you eat black eyed peas. Yeah.
And since I'm being lucky, go ahead and put them collards on there with the fat back. I don't want no smoked turkey neck. I want that pork.
You want all the juices.
Yeah. You know, you got them white pieces of pork in the middle of your goddamn greens. And
Oh
you eat,
shit, that's just so good though. That shit is so good though.
Yeah, you eat that thing right there. You know what I'm saying?
Brown will be in a full coma after this.
Yeah. Shoot, I also want red rice. That's also a Charleston thing. One day, if I learn how to cook that joint, I'll cook it for you. Cook a pan for you. It's
Do you
a meal
put
in itself.
celery in your Hoppin' John too?
He googled this.
I'm asking.
Oh, so you talking about apples and potato salad, but you put celery?
Ain't no celery in my Hoppin' John.
Okay.
Sure.
Ain't no celery in my Hoppin' John.
He's about to call his mom after this. Like, Mom, did you do that?
My mom from Louisiana. She don't
You
cook
should
Hoppin'
see
John.
the array of pictures that popped up.
For Hoppin' John?
Yeah. I've never heard of this. Looks like jambalaya.
It's not jambalaya.
Okay.
It's Hoppin' John.
He said that's so offended. Not.
I'm gonna stop
jambalaya.
talking.
No, it's all good.
This is interesting.
Potato salad, sans apples.
As you look at me, as you turn your shoulder.
Yeah, like I don't want that smoke. For real. Shoot, and I'm not even the dessert guy like that, man. But let's. Oh no, skip the dessert. I want homemade sweet tea. I want homemade lemonade. I want all the dark liquors.
All of the dark liquor.
All the dark liquors that are available to me, and a sip of Ciroc.
Okay.
So you, Brian, freedom
Just
plate.
a sip on my freedom
God.
plate.
So a lot of greens. I will probably do collards and cabbage. Yams.
I did not think about cabbage.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes underrated on Real Talk.
Are they underrated? I feel like they're
Rated. That's what they need to be.
like I feel like they're where they need to be. Like are they over? I don't think they're over or under. They're
Make
like
a good, like, you know who makes good mashed potatoes? When I go out, when I do soul food, Carolina Kitchen.
they do it. Yeah, they do.
They
it
have
well.
good mashed potatoes. I'm just they don't sponsor this podcast. But
Hey,
they don't. Okay.
can someone take me to Keith the Sons after this is done and bring
Yeah,
me back home?
Yeah, word. Keith and Sons.
Or just take me to Keith the Sons and I'll Uber back. Nigga, I ain't.
I want a pecan pie.
Ooh, I'm allergic to pecans. So.
Pecan or pecan?
Pecan.
You guys are the educators, so you tell me.
No,
the right
nigga.
word.
I say a lot of things wrong all the time.
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not trying to be funny when I say that.
No, I can't even spell, nigga. I hate having debates
That's
online because I
Clearly
be
not true.
I don't know how to spell. I'd be having to come up with
right-clicking?
replacement words. I'm like, that's not how you spell synonymous. Ah, shit.
Synonymous. Perfect. If I were eating meat, I would probably do fried chicken or salmon. So,
Shit, I didn't even put fried chicken on my plate, but I figure I shouldn't do two fried
but
goods.
this is gonna sound weird. I'm a breast man, so
Breast, I'm telling you, baby, them breasts is good.
I knew
Them
this was gonna
thighs is
happen.
juicy though. Them thighs.
Can roll with a nice leg too.
I feel like with thighs though, I don't know what it is, but the meat is not
Like, nigga, change your flag. Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia and Florida. Change your goddamn flags. We don't need that Confederate shit, right?
Right.
And they was like, some people would say that's a symbol of Southern heritage. And I would propose, how about you get rid of the Confederate flag and come up with a more inclusive flag of Southern pride and have a big old flag with a picture of sweet tea and...
I'm from the north, so I'm gonna stay out of this one.
No, I'm saying like, what's more Southern than like a flag of sweet tea and grits? Like, don't that shit scream? Oh yeah, that shit Southern right there. Like that's something I could get behind. Like yeah,
Uncle Ben.
yeah, no, nigga,
no.
I did not say Uncle Ben's,
No,
nigga.
absolutely
said
not.
sweet tea and grits.
But isn't that shit Southern as hell? When you see that flag, you're like, yo, that shit Southern as hell.
Fish and grits.
It's like if you saw a big thing of sweet tea and grits, when you think like, yo,
So you being from the South,
and I'm a proud Southerner too.
if you can remake the flag, right? If you can remake the flag,
I see.
what would your flag look like?
I'm telling you right now, because like the thing is, these white folk, there's really white folk. There's some few misguided Negroes who are debating this Confederate flag issue and whatnot. Is that you have this flag that was definitely used for racism, right? Mm-hmm. And then some people's like, it's culture, not it's heritage, not hate. How about we get something that's truly like Southern heritage? Like you can even put a buck up on there. Like we hunt deer, we drink sweet tea, and we eat grits. Like nigga, and I'll be like, that shit's not offensive as hell. That's not offensive at all. Like, I like it. I like it.
I think the only thing with change like that is people have to really be okay with disassociating themselves from symbols. And for a lot of people, and I'm not from the South, they really believe, the belief system says that, well, this means something to me deeper than...
If we calling them out, this is my attempt to call them out on their bullshit.
Sure.
Because they're like, oh, this is about heritage, Well, nigga, I'm giving you something that's chock full of heritage for all of us.
No.
All of us. Nigga, you could actually just put the Chick-fil-A logo on that motherfucker, and we'd be like, yeah, that's us, baby.
No. I get to that Chick-fil-A because we talk about canceling some places, and they definitely on my list.
I hated you so much when you told me that piece of news.
But then again,
Nope. I will still had Chick-fil-A today.
Then again,
Literally had Chick-fil-A about an hour ago.
when Chick-fil-A is like doing their their homophobic shit that they've been doing for years now. And I told my homie when I was out in LA, because LA like had just got their first like Chick-fil-A. And I was like, man, I'm down for the cause, man, but don't make me choose. Because you're going to be disappointed in my decision. Like, don't make me choose. You're going to be so damn disappointed. And it was like, what if Chick-fil-A calls you a nigga? I was like, how did they say it?
How did they say it? Like, was it bass? Like, was it bass? Was he saying it as a like how? What was his intentions behind it? I need to know.
Was he quoting a rap lyric? Like, nigga, I need understand
So that would be your deal breaker, huh? That's your deal breaker. How did they say it?
I was like, did they mean it? Was it malicious? Was it like nigga please? I was like, oh yeah, I get it. I like, don't put me in this position, Chick-fil-A. Don't put me in this position. Because we're all gonna be disappointed with my answers and actions. And even I would look back like, nigga, I could have done a better choice. Chick-fil-A.
Nope.
Chick-fil-A.
I had it like
So,
an hour ago.
for those who don't know, there was a list that went out a couple weeks ago that supported Trump in his run.
We don't even know if that list was true.
But the thing is, with Chick-fil-A, are you surprised about that? Like,
You know how much corporations have put money into Trump over the years? So it's at least one thing you like has donated money to Trump at some way or form. So it's like
if you're smart, you donate to both sides.
it's facts.
So Chick-fil-A was on there that supported Trump. Waffle House,
Chick-fil-A, Waffle
Olive
House.
Garden.
I'm surprised at Olive Garden.
In and Out supported Trump.
But do we even know if this stuff is true?
They do got good breadsticks.
Do we even know if this stuff is true though?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can go online and look it up and see if they found or pushed money towards.
I don't care.
But
I
the thing
ate it.
is, like,
You're still gonna eat.
I'm still gonna eat it.
like, why wouldn't they? I'm not naive to how the game works.
Business. You gonna
The golden rule. Who has the gold rules? Nigga.
That was funny. I was like, where's he going with this?
I didn't know where
I
he
didn't know
was
where he was going. I was like, gold. Okay, I see. Oh, okay, I see where you're going now. Okay.
It is what it is. Like, but nah, man, when they sandwiches stop being so delicious.
They'll never stop being delicious.
Man, and them waffle fries.
Now, the waffle fries is great. I had them with some barbecue sauce, but
I haven't had Chick-fil-A since I've seen that post.
all right, cool. Stay woke.
But do you think to your
That shit was so dismissive.
Don't touch me, Cash.
do you think that the
Sucker.
conversation is more about conviction versus like
I love you. I love you, Slip.
making a flag change? Do you think that when people have the conviction that certain things like that need to change, that's when it'll happen?
You talking about the Confederate flag? So we talking this Juneteenth being free of racist symbols and symbology.
Yeah.
So the thing
I think
is,
right now when you see a bunch of people with their conviction, it's like
Yeah.
they're like, oh shit, they really want us to do this because like
Because-
before you just hear it, but then like, oh.
There's still a large, even YouTubing and watching people respond to like the funerals and then protests. There is still, and it's disturbing to me, but it's the truth. There are people who still don't get why certain changes need to be made or why there is so much grief within the Black community because they really feel like whatever your ... is reason enough for me not to change. And I think, unfortunately, people don't get it. You know,
I mean, that's
And
always
so-
gonna happen because for them to get it, they're gonna have to look at themselves. They have to look at themselves, their family, what they were told, what they believed in is
Well, you got
a lie.
You got
So it's
you got to understand
lack
how.
of term of words, but it's a lie. So it's like, oh shit, now I gotta question my parents, my grandparents, what you told me in school. So it's like a lot of like, oh shit, now I gotta like re-see the world again. So
But I think for a change like that, it's going to have to be a change across all communities.
Oh,
because- and I don't know if the country is ready to really have.
it's gonna be a
that
long
type-
process.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a process.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a process.
You got to undo propaganda and understand how things work and how things need to be. But you got to admit, as Northerners, you are Northerners. I don't mean to make that demarcation, but you know we are not a monolith. I'm a Southern Negro and whatnot. When y'all see a Confederate flag, do y'all think heritage of the South, or do y'all think like, oh, these niggas racist?
Son, when I remember when in high school we had a baseball tournament in Hanahan, South Carolina, and driving down,
You went to Clanahan? But anyway,
we had a tournament against
Nigga,
Hanahan
that's-
High School.
That's what we call it, Clanahan. Clanahan.
Bro, it was one of the most racist experience of my fucking life. Like
Oh,
driving
I'm
down
sure
there,
you
we
guys are
saw
being
we saw so many flags, and I was like, yo, these niggas is racist. That my coach was like,
Hanahan's right outside of Goose Creek.
my coach
I know exactly what Hanahan is.
My coach was literally like, because it was like me and then like 4 or 5 other like black kids on the team. And then we had some Dominican kids and then white kids. But like to all the minorities, he was like, yo, we're just going to travel together because we're not in the greatest part of South Carolina right now.
Actually, you were. Comparatively. Surprise, surprise, nigga. Surprise, surprise.
Well, we ain't know that shit in 2008. So we was like, yo.
oh, man,
right.
you was in Hanahan in 2008, nigga. You was good.
I ain't true.
I know. I understand.
We
'cause
saw
it's-
10 flags in a row, and I was like, Coach, I don't like this.
it's
I
hella
don't want to play
Confederate
baseball.
flags.
And then even playing against the high school, the racial slurs we were getting in the outfield, I was like, oh, these niggas is.
Oh, man, you was in a nice part, too. But imagine what they doing in not nice
That high
parts.
school looked cool. Like, I was talking to like one of the black kids that went to the high school out there. She seemed like a cool person. She tried to invite me out, and I was like, no, I'm not sneaking out here.
So
Nope.
this the funny shit about all this, right? In 1995, in Goose Creek, high school called Stratford High School. I can call out. You can look the shit up. There was a T-shirt maker
Oh shit.
who took the Confederate flag and replaced the colors of it with the flags of the black flag of the red, black, and green. The school banned that shirt. At the same time, there was a company called Dixie Outfitters
I remember Dixie Outfitters.
that had hella Confederate flags on all their shit. So white kids could wear the Dixie Outfitter shit, but black kids couldn't wear what was, I think the company's called New South, NU South. They couldn't wear the Confederate flag with African colors. It literally called a race war. It's like they literally was telling black children, if you wear this Confederate flag in the African colors, you will be suspended from school.
Wow.
I'm like, how? Like, oh, this is an issue now? Because we took your symbol and tried to make it our own?
Yeah.
Interesting how that shit works. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Happy Juneteenth. All
It's
that good
even
shit.
well down to what was happening earlier this year with the whole hair issue with the student who got expelled.
Oh yeah, was that this year? I thought it was last.
It started last year, but
Okay.
it seeped into this year because when they got the best short animated,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
it was
brought
at
it
the
back.
Oscars.
this year.
Shit, I
and-
remember the high school wrestler who had to like cut his hair
Cut his
because they
hair.
said
Yeah,
that-
but that was real.
I
I was
hard
like,
to
how does that
watch.
give him an advantage? Anything that makes him a disadvantage because I
Yeah.
could just pull his hair to keep him down. I was like,
Nigga, I was a wrestler too. Like, this shit used to be crazy. If I had my hair cornrowed, I had to have it covered up because they felt it was an unfair advantage that my hair was too hard to wrestle and I could use it as a weapon. And I'm like, nigga, some of these niggas is bald. Like, they would shave all the hair off. You're saying my cornrowed hair is harder than his damn skull. But we were not in positions of power to address those kind of things that was culturally insensitive. We're not in those positions of power, even like in education. Like me and Slim teach in an area that's predominantly black, so our voices are heard. But there's some areas where there's a black teacher who's holding their tongue every day they go to work, where like that's not culturally sensitive at all.
There's even in the church circuit, there's been a big discussion about that, about how radio disc jockeys who are working at these Christian stations now are being. One lady I read on Instagram, she said she was fired because she spoke out in support of the movement, and they let her go. And all these things, these conventions that have been set up to keep us in line, and people are starting to question it, and different across the board.
So y'all want me to reveal the truth to y'all?
I'm ready.
Y'all ready for truth bombs?
I'm ready.
Our blackness has always been political.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want you to be political. And so when we refer to our blackness, you automatically make it a political subject. You're supposed to be neutral.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is our blackness a political issue? We want to be treated as human rights. Either at one point it was like, oh, you're being Republican now, because they always like to tell me like Democrats were the most racist people, but then now all y'all damn Southern Democrats then became Republicans. So I know how the game works, baby. Nigga, I can read. But like our blackness is a political issue. Why the fuck is my blackness a political issue? If I'm saying like Black Lives Matter, like, oh, we can't have political statements on our work. I'm like, that's not a political statement. That's a human issue.
Yeah.
But that's the way the game goes, and they don't want our churches to be political. They want them to be, separation in church and state.
Yeah.
But your parishioners, the people who are paying your salary, your tithes and offerings, right? The Rod Parsleys, the Joel Orsteins, the
Olstein.
Whatever. White men preaching to black people. Problematic as a whole. I know some of y'all got white pastors in this space right now.
Me, yeah. So what? He want throw shade? It's okay. It's cool. I'll take it.
I ain't throwing no shade. I'm saying
said it and looked at me like, like that's not shit. What?
But to be fair, there are a lot of white pastors who are joining the fight and speaking out.
Or getting woke.
Yeah, there are a lot, and a lot of people actually. TD Jakes just released a video with all white pastors who not only are joining the fight, but they are acknowledging that they were groomed to have the mindset of how people should be managed, or black people should be.
I'm telling you, Brown would like my pastor. He would like him. He would like Pastor Mark. He just don't want to because he's white, probably. But he would like him if he actually sat down with me and
sound racist as fuck right now. I don't like it. I don't like this shit whatsoever. I'm biased. I ain't racist because I'm black. I can't be racist.
Go ahead, Cass. Go ahead.
It's a harsh reality for a lot of people who are black.
I understand that. It's just that. Well, I guess to take it out of
Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
I guess to take it out of a racial context for me, I don't think when God made us, he doesn't see black or white. I don't think God does. He just sees us as his creations.
Sure.
So I feel like the church should represent that in some way or form.
It should.
So that's why for me, I wanted my church to always be a little more diverse because I feel like I want that to represent that. So
I think a lot of white people are gonna be surprised when they don't make it into heaven.
I think that was it was the original plan, but his point, when you interwoven politics into the conversation and people try to make it pretend like it's not a political thing or a money thing, and when those two things seep its way and dismiss the original core or the concept of what something was supposed to be, then that's when it gets messy and it's not establishing or performing what it was supposed to do. And for some people, they like that. They like having the whole multicultural, and they don't have the same convictions as other people. But I think you can't dismiss people's perceptions or based out of their experience.
Oh no, I'm not dismissing it. I don't. If he was open to the opportunity to try it, and then he tried it and it was like, yo, that's not for me. Cool. I respect that. That's perfectly understandable. I'm not trying to force this on you. But I don't like what it's going.
You do?
I was like, he don't drink, so I'm like, what's going on here? What's going on here?
I think he will. It just takes time.
No, and that's why I was like, I will keep pushing it. And then
when he's ready, it will. But I think what I want people to understand too is that we've only just had these conversations within the past 3 weeks.
Facts.
And that's a lifetime of trauma for some people, and some of that stuff is not going to go away by the end of the year. There's still a lot of things that
This
we
is gonna
as
be
a
a
people,
long process.
It's going to be a long process. So
It's like I don't know if we'll see the like fruits of it, but
Maybe our kids. will.
yeah, that's like our kid, and I can
Yeah.
live with that. Like,
yeah,
I got a thing for y'all. As we struggle to enlighten our minds and become woke to the things that are around us. I like that term, being woke, because I feel we've been.
I liked it at first, but
yeah,
now it's
until it gets co-opted
yeah.
by the man and whatnot.
late.
So one of our favorite artists this week released his rendition because there's been a lot of music coming out, like the Lil Baby
That shit was
released his song, and then Dub Baby released a song.
Her released a song.
Her released a song, and then Jermaine Cole.
Anytime you say the name like that, Jermaine.
Jermaine, our main man, Jermaine.
it's like you're saying Leonard.
Yeah, we're like
Charlamagne the God.
It's like Leonard. It's like damn, like
Jermaine.
just say Cole, but he wants to prove.
J. Cole released a song, and
In response to a tweet that was possible.
I didn't even know it was a response to a tweet. I was like, oh, he's addressing the issues.
Nope.
And I was like, yo, this shit bops. I'm like, okay, this is like the kind of song I expect from J. Cole. You know, I see him out in the streets protesting and whatnot. And then I heard it maybe an hour after he released it. I was like, holy shit. Like, oh shit. I felt I was above the cusp. And I was like,
He's like, oh, this cool.
I was like, I caught this shit early. Like, oh, this shit kind of fire. Okay, all right. And then the next morning, I woke up and I was like, oh, this nigga fucked up. I did not realize. So can someone give some background about the song and the thoughts of the song and what was problematic about the song?
To my knowledge, the song, it was, so No Name artist, if you guys don't know her.
I like No Name.
She's
I like
dope.
No Name. She's very
very,
dope.
very full on in her activism. She also has a book club, which I think is cool too.
She's a very unique artist. I
Yeah.
like unique.
She also sounds like her and Lady London sound alike, which is also kind of like interesting to me. Just interesting.
Lady who?
You don't know the rapper? All right, cool. I'll talk about that later. We're not even going to. I'll talk about that later.
I felt old as shit.
I'll talk to you about that later. Don't worry about that. You too. I'll talk to you about that too. Don't worry.
Gerard, you know
I
Lady
know.
London?
See, look at that.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So
I'll
2 out
talk
of 4.
Yeah.
2 out of 4. 50%.
50%. That's good.
Is it?
So yeah, it's not. But I was trying to be the benefit of the doubt. It's not. It's not. You won't pass with that.
Done.
So she released a tweet saying like some of your favorite rappers talk about the black plight, but don't use their platforms to speak up. That's not the direct quote, but to that lens, that's what it was
The
saying.
general idea.
So I guess this is the part where you could say is that it's kind of egotistical that Cole was like, oh, so you're talking about me? Like he took that to me and was like, oh, you're talking about me? Because him, the Kendrick, you know, they're the type of rappers that talk about the black plight, but you could say that like, oh, they're not using their platforms to do much right now, if you want to make the argument. So Cole responded to that, and then I believe when the backlash Cole was receiving, that he chose to make the tweet about him and respond. Even though I personally don't think he said anything really evil, wrong, or hurtful or disrespectful in said song, I do understand that I'm not a black woman, so I can't say I understand, but I get that because I know there's been a struggle with the stereotype that black women are loud and they're always told to watch their tones and deal with that. So I guess I understand that backlash where it's like, you was kind of telling her to watch her tone, or you made that suggestion based on some lyrics in the song. I don't think it was in that way, just based off Cole's history. I don't think it was in that way. I think he was genuinely just saying like, yo, I'm not the nigga that you guys think I am. Like, yes, I rap about the black plight, but I'm not like the genius you guys think I am. I'm not fully aware of everything that's going on like I should be. So I need to be educated like what No Name is doing to me. Now, I don't think he just said like, yo, you should watch like the tone you're saying it to me. That, if you want to debate that, argue that, that's cool. I just don't receive the backlash he's getting just because I'm like, based on what Cole's done in the past, you know he's for the black movement. And a rapper's responding to a rapper. They rap. So he rapped.
Hey, Slim, what you think about the situation?
I guess when I first heard the song, I was like, yo, this is like, you know, it's Cole. Like Cole always talking that talk. Like I've been a Cole fan, and so when the song came out, I listened to it, and then like I went back on social media like an hour later. I'm like, yo, like, what happened? Like, what's going on? And then I started to see like, where No Name, she said her part, and maybe how Cole might have took that like as a personal jab. But like Cass said, Cole says, listen, I'm
That
not
No
the
Name
leader.
song go hard though.
I'm not the leader.
Nah, No Name's for
But anyway, I'm sorry, I
No
didn't mean
Name
to cut your shit.
body that shit. I was like, it's only a minute. Then I was like, oh no, this didn't need to be any longer. This is perfect.
Sorry, go ahead. Play it.
But what was I saying? But yeah, so Cole responded, and I think, like he said, he's very honest. He's like, listen, I'm not like your typical leader. Like, I'm still learning, and for him to be honest in that moment, it says a lot about who Cole is as a person. And I just think that those two need to have a conversation, Cole and maybe No Name, maybe not now, but somewhere down the road, and say just chop
They
it up.
can
and
have that
clear it up.
conversation now. Cole's
Yeah.
not that dude.
Yeah.
I don't think No Name is
Yeah.
that type of person either. They can have the conversation now.
It's interesting though, is the fact that it's like.
Nah, I kind of want Brian because Brian, like, he been buying it. He trying to.
No, I'm about to pass to him. I'm just talking about Jermaine. Like, I've only
Jermaine.
met.
Like, you gotta,
Leonard.
like you saying the government, like,
Yeah.
say my rap name.
But when it comes to like rappers, like I've actually met in real life. I've met Fonte and Big Pooh, a little brother. Like, I went backstage and like kicked it with them one time. Because apparently they were roommates with one of my roommates. So like, fuck how that goes, small world. It was a Million Man March, like a second Million Man March they did in DC a while back. And J. Cole was there. He wasn't on stage. He was a regular schmegular dude who's like, this is important. I'm going to be marching with the Million Man March there in DC. He was like right next to me. He had no security guard. It was just him, just right there. Like, he does those kind of things to try to be active participant in what's going on in the black community. And he tries to be woke, and I say try because I think we're all trying to be woke. Like, we'll never be as woke as the woke people want us to be woke, but we're trying.
Yeah,
because there might be. It's hard to check your sexism, your misogyny. It's hard to check your homophobia. It's hard to check all these things because if you're born as a man in the society, there's certain things that's gonna just be a part of the patriarchy. And I acknowledge that. I know I'm misogynist as a motherfucker, but I recognize that it's there, so I try to do the shit accordingly. So when I see Cole, unfortunately, I see myself, and when he says some shit in criticism, I try not to take it too damn personal. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck? It's sexist? I'm just addressing, huh? What? Her tone, I ain't like it, shit, nigga. I ain't know. But I get it. I get it, and you get defensive, and you might double the fuck down. Like,
I don't think he doubled down. He just said like, yo, I stand by what I said.
I said what I said.
I said what I said. Whether you agree with it or not, I said what I said. I'm still trying to do my research. He still did it in promoting No Name. Like, yo, y'all should go follow her, check her out.
Oh, definitely.
She's doing this right.
No
like,
Name,
she's the leader.
No Name is dope as hell.
Yeah, like you said, like he wasn't. It wasn't disrespectful at all. Like, he shouted her out. He definitely like said, listen, like she's with this movement. Like, jump on her bandwagon, follow her, and I expect it from J. Cole. Like, that's just who he is. That's how he presents himself. So I took it as okay.
And he's still doing his research. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
just-
well
just
informed. Because if he comes out and says something misinformed, niggas would roast him for that. So he's like, I'm better off just sitting back, learning or listening and trying to watch the leaders who should be rightfully
I ain't
leading.
making no more conscious raps, nigga. I'm just rapping about pussy.
Because I
That's
just
all I'm rapping about. From now on.
Migos
or
Talk to him, Brian. Talk to him.
I just think we put too much on celebrities and entertainers. Like, we put way too much stock into them. It's like this. They shouldn't be the forefront of this movement. It should be the people at the ground level. It shouldn't be.
and that's what I respect about the whole Dave Chappelle special that he did.
It wasn't even special. Like,
Or
no, I get what you're saying.
yeah. I appreciate that. I think this power that we've given to the celebrity, the influencer, I don't know why that is right now. Maybe it is the glorification of people who are on TV that's been amplified because of social media or whatnot. But I think that's more dangerous in this conversation, and it it can be problematic because, if one person, if any of us say something, and if we have any realm of influence, and if it clashes with another person's realm of influence, then it takes away from the attention of the bigger picture. And I think also it forces people not to think anymore. Like, people don't think. It's like whatever's trending or whatever the general consensus is on social media, then it's like you have to pick a side instead of just listening to the song
and then making your own
decision. I think the other side of this, and you guys educate me because, as you know, I don't listen to the rap.
The rap. I'm sorry, that was funny to me. The rap.
But at least from what I understand of hip hop culture, is that's part of it. Like, you say something, you have an opinion, you have a perspective, and
challenge the shit.
You challenge it, you spar back and forth, and forgive my ignorance, but that's gender neutral. So whether you're male or female,
you're gonna get this work.
It's part of the culture. So then for me, that becomes even more problematic now, because then if you're going to engage, do we modify the rules based on who's sparring? Or
I will also say, just to the listeners, this is four men having a conversation about this, so just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
We have no women out here. Just
I don't know.
Throwing it out there.
Yeah, I'm just not sure as to what the right perspective is moving forward now, because it's
like, if you say this shit and you're in the hip hop world, I'm not going to change the rules of engagement because you're a woman. Because in hip hop, if we want to keep the shit 100, as they say, then we got to do what they got to do. I want to push back on something what y'all said about us putting too much onus in celebrity. When I think about leaders of a movement, a lot of that shit is based upon the charisma of the leader, and they become celebrities. And I think subconsciously or consciously, we have determined that to be a public face of a movement is a dangerous thing to be. All the leaders of the Fred Hamptons, the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, all those people were murdered, assassinated right in front of our eyes. But I do say, like, who's the public facing thing to be celebrity? Are we looking for the Reverend Bars? Is it Reverend Barr? Who's the dude that do the Poor People's Campaign? Barber. I'm like AG Barr. Reverend Barber. He's a public face of something. We had Jesse Jackson, who was a public face of the Rainbow Coalition. We had who was the former leaders of the NAACP? We got Mark Moriel of the Urban League. We had we got these things, like, we trying to do this work, right? Like, you need to have some kind of following so people can follow. You know what I'm saying? That's why not Al Sharpton. What's Nation of Islam? Farrakhan.
Oh, Farrakhan.
Farrakhan.
See, but if you want, so I guess what I'm saying, if we're using specifically Cole has never said I'm an activist, so follow me. Like those people you just named, they said I'm a full-fledged activist. Go my route.
The work suggests that I am putting in this so I can get a certain type of following so that we can make change. Versus,
so what about Michael Render? Killer Mike.
I think that's still different because
it's weird. Killer Mike to me is like that. Drop the mic. Killer Mike is like he's like that line where, like, he can teeter both because he's so informed in both and so educated. So it's like,
because you could do both. Because Gil Scott-Heron did both.
No, you could do both.
But Mario Baraka did both.
I'm not saying you can do both, but I'm saying Cole doesn't want you to do both. Oh, I'm not. I don't know. Cole
did both.
I don't know, but Cole doesn't want to do this. So why am I going to push down on him?
But then, too, I also think it has to be a thing of it was their choice, I feel, in some regard. So, like, for example, you say Maya Angelou. I think she was very conscious in her movement and how she used her art and her platform to push change. But if it's a rapper who raps a couple of, songs, bars, and he has a lot of good things to say, and opens people up to have conversations about certain things. But if he never overtly says, okay, this is my mission or this is what I'm trying to do, I think those are two different things.
But the thing is, I'm going to contend that if we are being semi-conscious rappers, semi-conscious entertainers, and we presented ourselves as thus, we do want to hear what you have to say. I do want to hear what Jermaine Cole has to say. I do want to hear what David Chappelle
But
has
that's the
to say.
expectation you're pushing on him that he doesn't need to
I'm
meet.
not pushing it on them. I'm doing it based upon the work they've already put into the atmosphere. I don't want to hear what the hell Lil Yachty has to say on the situation. I don't want to hear what the hell Ja Rule has to say about
At a
the
time like this, what is Ja doing?
Yeah,
So-
but there's certain people
You want to hear from?
that I want to hear from because you've already articulated
So if
your
I
ideas.
okay,
Like
so-
I didn't ask Kevin Hart's opinions about it because he's never shown
they-
that
But I think-
particular
So they answer
honest
this for me.
Honest about the shit.
So if a person goes to a protest, does that now mean they're an activist? Like if they go to one protest, am I an
Nigga, if
activist
you
now?
black in America and you're not an activist in your life, you're fucking up. And I'm sorry. And I don't want to be coy or whatever. If you're not doing some kind of thing of agitation in America, you are fucking up.
But does that something have to be the same thing for
It
every
doesn't
black
have to
person?
be the same thing, but I want to say all black people of some sort of getting up in the morning and breathing and making money are activists. Now, there's some who are more active than others. Jermaine Cole.
Yo, this nigga keeps saying this.
What they best friends?
It's really gonna be. It's low-key gonna be. It's really gonna be tight. Like, why is he Jermaine? Like, he says it's so
Jermaine
like.
Cole.
Like he put himself out there as someone who's trying to be.
So how come Kendrick not getting this smoke?
Active, because Kendrick been silent for like 2 or 3 years. Like real talk. The reason we're not looking at Kendrick, and maybe we are waiting for Kendrick. Like, what does Kendrick have to say? Kendrick's probably making a mean album, but Kendrick has never been outspoken in his like physical words, and we never really seen.
But I can say
Kendrick
his music is
at-
more outspoken than Kendrick's.
But Kendrick has never really been at the rallies. Like we seen Jay
Kendrick was at
the
a
rally.
protest. Kendrick's been to a
But
few
see, I think
rallies.
that's where it gets dangerous.
Well, fuck it. I do want to hear what the hell Kendrick has to say.
And here's my
Like-
thing.
like, I wanna
And like
see-
you said, Ryan, we put these rappers on this pedestal,
Yeah.
and if they don't perform to our liking, then it's like we question, like, okay, what are they doing? How come he hasn't said anything? Why didn't they do anything? It's like. In our mind, it's like because you listen to their music, you understand what they're talking about. But when push come to shove, it's like, where are they now? And it's like, and that's where we give them too much power.
Yeah.
And like even
I
in
ain't getting these niggas powers. I just want to hear what the fuck they got to say.
I
know Ice Cube gonna say some shit
Well,
because he
yeah.
been saying shit since he been 18 years
yeah,
old.
Ice Cube has he's been with it. Like, and I think somewhere in LA they
I don't expect
rated,
Eminem
like,
to say a goddamn thing.
That's your man. I thought you were gonna say something to him.
I don't want to hear anything from him right now during this.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
think the other side to this. I'm sorry. Were you done?
No, so Ice Cube, somebody broke into Walmart, like they looted Walmart, and Ice Cube said, "You know what?
I will pay
give
for all
them.
this.
I give you $100,000 for it. Like whatever I give you the money." So like to me, it's like okay, he sees it. Ice Cube's been woke since day one. Like he's with it, like all the time, you know. So you don't mind hearing what he
Nigga
has
roll
to say.
fuck the police, man.
I think.
Like
true.
Common better say something. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's certain niggas. I want you to say a goddamn word. It don't got to be super public. It could be just to your community. But if you present yourself, just like me, Mr. Brown.
But Cole didn't do that when he went to the protest in his
he,
neighbor.
he did. Like I have no qualms with what he's saying. Like I said, I looked at what he said and I thought this shit was fantastic. And then I was like, oh no, my thoughts are problematic. Clearly, I'm on the wrong side of this shit. I understand that. But when y'all say that we shouldn't be looking forward to celebrities, no, there's certain celebrities that I actually do want to hear what's your thoughts upon this thing. I do want to hear from Oprah. I do want to hear from Barack and Michelle Obama.
Gayle King, I haven't
I
heard
do want to
anything.
hear from Gayle King.
Haven't heard anything.
I do want to hear from certain people with certain
They
platforms.
just did a TV show.
Who?
Oprah.
I want to hear from Tyler Perry. Like,
Tyler's been
See, but I feel like
I want to hear from.
I want to hear from certain
individuals.
people, but I want to hear from the people that said like, "Yo, I'm an activist," or I'm actively trying to lead
You
this somewhere.
black in America, you are fucking active.
So just because everybody's active, I got to listen to everybody who's active?
No, you don't gotta listen to everybody, but there's certain people I actually do want to listen to because you do have a more platform than us as the Brodies talking this shit. And like even me with the platform that I have on my little minuscule Facebook page with my 2,000 fucking friends and whoever hell follows me to talk my shit and say this is what I feel. This is my small platform. Let me agitate change.
I think the other side to the argument, I had the opportunity to hear Al Sharpton talk last year at an event, and he talked about his relationship with James Brown and how because of
Activist shit, but keep going.
because of that relationship, there was a collaboration in that their movement got Sharpton to I don't know
Perm
if
his hair, but keep going.
that was part of the story. That was part of the story. But my point in bringing up that is that I think strategy has to be key, especially during these times. And I think the thing with social media is everyone has something to say. Everyone is spilling their convictions or whatnot. But I think it's very key with what everyone's doing, whether they're saying nothing or not. In there has to be a specific way or strategy that's implemented so that we can see the change and movement forward where things can happen. And I appreciated hearing Al Sharpton talk about how he and James Brown move because, with the hair thing, for example, there was a wisdom in why he permed his hair, because at the time that's how black people were
Get these white people to listen.
Yeah, getting people to listen because James Brown at that time I believe was the biggest star out, and so they made the correlation, which is very short-sighted on the white people's part, but it's fine. That if
White people doing white people things.
Yeah, but I also get the strategy behind it. So I think that's something else that we should consider when we're looking towards these voices. That maybe there is a certain way or a certain method in why they're moving that in the way that they're moving, but.
Okay, so I'll ask this. If you want to hear whatever celebrity you like, entertainer, whoever, if you want to hear them speak and they haven't spoken anything or haven't said anything, will you condemn them for not saying anything?
It depends who they are. So I bring up us.
Okay.
We have been doing this shit for what? A little more than a year.
Yeah, a little over a year.
A little over a year,
6
year and a half.
months.
A year and 6 months, something like that. And if you listen to enough of what we've had to say, we would do a disservice to the people who listen to this podcast to not speak up upon these issues because we've spoke up on those issues in the past, right? Mm-hmm. Like if we never said anything about what's going on right now, they'd be like, what the fuck is going on with the Brodies? These people have been pro-black in their messaging, amongst other things. And you got to sprinkle in your dick jokes. Just so...
You need a couple of dick jokes in there.
Yeah,
they're just funny. You just need some dick jokes.
Just sprinkle in. And strategic.
Oh, boy.
No, I say it's strategic for the people who... I throw a nigga in there just so these ignorant niggas hear me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I do it very strategically, but it's very conscious that if you spoke up about it, if I wore a I Can't Breathe shirt, no, I want to hear what LeBron James has to say about it now. I need to hear that we are all on one accord. Do I want you to be the leader in the face of the movement? No. That's not your job. But I do want you to use your platform to bring light to it. I comment on this white teacher's profile on Facebook all the time. Not because I necessarily feel one way or another. I was like, you have access to a domain that I do not.
That's why I used to comment on my friends' pages on Facebook. Like, somebody gonna see these words.
Yeah, do that shit. And so I need somebody that even if you're a celebrity, that you might want to talk up in whatever realm you want to talk up. Because even Michael Jackson was like saying they don't really care about us.
Song is fire.
Like he said that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll make Heal the World and all that. And I'm starting with The Man in the Mirror and everything. That motherfucker was conscious as shit.
But I also think you have to look at Michael Jackson that as he was making those songs, if you really pay attention to when he released certain things, it was from a place of where he was in his life. And so when he did They Don't Care About Us and I guess Man in the Mirror.
Wasn't Black and White around that time too?
Black and White was around about
Man in
that
the Mirror
time.
was way before
Yeah,
all that shit.
that was on the bad album.
Yeah,
I think.
Man in the Mirror was a bad album, yeah.
But
and
They Don't Care About Us specifically was after the allegations were released. And I think that was the first moment where he realized that he's a black man, and
I think he always knew he was black.
Well,
he was
I
on
mean-
Motown.
no, but I feel like as far
Motown.
as when you ascend to the heights that Michael Jackson did, and then in an instant, they can drag you down and really kill your career and just kill you as a person. I think those moments kind of fueled where he was musically and lyrically. And I prefer for people to speak from a place of conviction versus
Saying something just to say it.
just to say,
Yeah.
because then that's where you get your Terry Cruzes. I feel
I don't even want to talk about this nigga. Hey, I'm looking at the time. We're over time, but I do want to get your thoughts. I'm making a hard shift, a hard transition. Insecure. Apparently, and this is I don't know why. Why y'all niggas, not y'all niggas personally, why y'all niggas mad at Condola? Like, I'm very confused. I'm looking at the timeline and like
No,
people was like
I got
beating
two
up on this
things.
woman, and I'm like,
No,
why? She
they're-
seemed like a real one. Like, niggas put a Condola in my life, shit.
They're mad at her. Wow, my voice cracked.
I know that shit was.
it's okay. Join the club. I thought it was just me that happens to.
They're mad at her because she's messing up what they wanted. Not like
How's
like
she messing it up?
Can I?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Like so passionate.
take that from him.
Yeah, word. Like you can't be drinking and recording. It's
been
because
drinking
for
and
4
recording.
seasons, majority of us wanted the Issa and Lawrence to get back together. I know for me, they have the best chemistry on the show, so I just wanted it from that standpoint alone because I was like, these two are the best together on the show. So then, her having a baby seriously jeopardizes that when you also have Nathan Lubin in the background, like, hey, don't forget about me, nigga. I'm still here. So it's like, okay, cool. So I feel like that's where her beef is coming from. And then also, I think a lot of people are just the character dynamic with her and Lawrence was just like, it's like you just didn't. It was like, it didn't like feel right. It didn't like flow. Even when like he was hanging out with her friends, it was just like there's something about the character. You're just like, It's like, It's like, I'm not someone Condola.
Shouldn't you be mad at the writers and not Condola though?
I do.
I don't think they should be mad at the writers because I think this is the realest shit since MC Ren.
Also, no,
That's a rapper. I knew that one.
There you go.
No, that is the realest thing. Like I'm not mad at the situation because I've been calling it for weeks. I was like, it's gonna happen because that's a real life situation. Break up, do what you do on the side. It comes back to like
It
affect
wasn't even
you.
on the side. He was dating that young lady.
You know what I meant.
I'm not gonna put this young lady down. Like, she's the realest shit out there. I'm really looking like, why y'all mad? They in their 30s, right? They in their 30s?
They're in their 30s.
Yeah.
They're in their 30s, right? She got money, right? I looked at her house. Her house looked nice. The sink fucked up, but the house is nice. The house is nice, right? She got money. A young lady says, I'm pregnant. Is your child. You could be as active in this child's life as you want to be.
That was a bar. That hit me.
Isn't that a fuckboy's dream? like, nigga, I don't gotta be active if I don't want to
See,
be
but
active.
Lawrence is not a real
But she
fuckboy.
was talking to Future though.
I
She
know.
was talking to Lawrence.
Yeah, she's talking to Lawrence, and I know he's gonna.
All right,
do,
Lawrence is not a fuckboy. We're not gonna do this with my man Lawrence.
No,
I've always liked Lawrence. Like
Lawrence is not a fuckboy. We're not gonna do this.
he's gonna do right by his child.
because that's Lawrence, and that's just who he is.
And
but
that's what's gonna play because I feel like what happens a
But
lot.
why is they question her for ruining this nigga's life? Like, when we sit down and do two to tango, we do two to tango. That a possibility at any given moment someone can get pregnant. If you don't take the proper precautions, and we've had the safe sex episode,
Even if you do,
you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, this plan B's, bitch. Like, and I'm saying this,
But
in
the
the
thing
way
is
that
that-
I'm saying it, like, I don't see Why are you getting upset at a 30-year-old woman with means to make a decision for her body and her life? She just did the courtesy call of saying, Lawrence, you have a child on the way. You actually don't have to be active in
People
this
are
child's
not mad
life.
at Condola for like actually having the baby. Like if it was any woman, not just Condola, they still be getting slack because people like the Issa and Lawrence dynamic so much. It could have been Condola. It could have been any other bitch that Lawrence messed with.
Bitch,
Yeah.
how dare you,
Yeah.
sir?
I didn't say
I like
that.
Tasha, the banker.
I like Tasha too. It could have been Tasha. Tasha could have been pregnant.
That's my
Niggas
favorite
was still
character.
hated. So it's like it doesn't matter. Even the Spanish chick he dated, what, like season 2? Was she Spanish?
You mean
The one
last
for
season?
work, one for work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even all right. It could have been any woman. They would have been mad.
Was she Spanish?
She was something.
Yeah. I could be
Latino
wrong.
descent, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I could be wrong, but she looked it to me. So hey, anybody would just be mad because you want the Issa and Lawrence. You wanted them to get together. For most part, most people wanted them together to work out what they're going through to get
They
back
can
together.
still work the fuck out.
You are very right with that. But also, I feel like what happens a lot, and this is not so a man thing, I think it's more of a woman thing, I could be wrong, is that when they see that you have a baby with somebody else, it's just like, oh, you have to be with them. Like, it's...
Well, she said that on the
Wind
after
down?
show on the wind down. She said that if you remember the way I forgot which season it was, season 2, the way that ended, and they had that fantasy sequence of her having kids with Lawrence, and that was something that she really wanted.
She can
And
still
so
have kids with him.
Yeah, but it's not the
but
first
she's
time
not-
experience.
She's not the first one to.
You want to
have his
experience this
kid.
for the first time together.
Nigga,
Like,
you in
and-
your 30s. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
but it doesn't matter. You
I'm
still want
so-
that experience of the first time together.
Yeah.
I want us to experience this together.
Nigga, throw
'Cause
that
it's
shit out the back of your head, bro.
No,
Throw that shit out the back of
you
your
don't.
head.
No, you don't have to.
No, yes you do.
You don't.
Yes you do.
No, you don't.
Nigga, as a 36-year-old man in America,
Okay.
it's a very strong possibility that the person that I may or may not fall in love with has children. Because if we think about it, you should be having children in your 20s.
Yeah.
Debatable.
should.
Debatable. Very debatable.
You know.
Very
what I'm saying?
debatable.
And I know
Maybe
it's a-
29.
I know it's a millennial issue that we're not having kids as much, but it is a strong possibility that you will have to play step parent to some
I'm
child.
not saying that it's not a possibility, but it's like it's not what you want.
Man,
like
get-
once you get over the realization,
Get
like
the fuck over yourselves, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You can keep talking. I'm gonna be the guy in the barbershop. Like, get the fuck over yourselves. like I hear you.
you don't
but-
hear me.
But y'all being real juvenile about the bullshit, man. Like fuck y'all being real juvenile about the bullshit.
So you want it. So it's wrong. So for me, so say for example, me and my girlfriend, we're about to have our first child together, but she
Yeah.
has one on the outside. I can't be like, damn, we're not experienced together, because I'll be like, oh my
You'll
god,
be
you're
damn, but you still stick with her. Shit. What the fuck?
but I'm saying, but it's not the same feeling. It's not that we're doing this together. It's like,
Yum, 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 yum. Go ahead.
like
Goddamn juveniles.
I'll flip it to make it explain it probably a little bit better. If my
No, you
girlfriend,
explained it pretty well.
if my girlfriend, I just so it like fits better. If my girlfriend had was like, yo, Kasim, I'm pregnant, I'm having a baby, and I already had a child outside, I won't be as excited because I've been here before. Like I'm excited, but I'm not. There's not a.
So we basing this shit on the level of excitement now?
That's
So-
not level of excitement,
Okay.
but it's like you get what I'm trying to say. Where it's like that feeling of like we experienced this together. Like,
But
if I've already done
that
it,
was a real desire, now playing devil's advocate, if that was a big of a concern
for Issa,
for
I was talking about them. Like this is specifically them.
them, I think that you can't fault either one for having the convictions or their desires. I think that, like Brown is saying, it can still work.
No, it can still work.
I also feel like, though,
I said it's still gonna work.
there has to be a compromise or a realistic approach to this, in that no one's going to get everything they want on a list.
This is true, but you still could be upset. You still could. You can't tell me I'm not allowed to feel away.
Can you be upset?
Yes, I can still feel away because it's something that I'm not getting. It's something that I want that I'm not getting. Now I can learn to live with it, move on, and deal with it. But I still could be upset at something. If I were to go take all of
your feelings.
Everybody is.
I ain't never said that shit. But there's a time where you got to put on your big boy pants and decide. Like
we gonna get that next season, but the initial reaction is what you got.
I'm questioning because it's not even men who's upset with Condola.
It's more women.
It's
more
women
women.
upset with her too, and I'm like,
I thought she played a G.
why?
You can be here if you want.
You couldn't
She said either way, I'm good. I loved it.
For her to say, "Hey, I'm pregnant," and for her to come with Lawrence and say, "Listen, like." You have a choice. You can either choose to be in this baby life. I'm not asking you for anything, but if you want to, you have the opportunity. You can't word that. You can't script that any better than what
that
she
was
did.
Perfect.
You can't do that. Obviously, I think we all think Lawrence is going to be there for that baby because he made that baby. He's going to be there, but it does affect him and Issa because Issa wanted that at one point. She wanted that. You know what I'm saying?
She still does.
Yeah, and the fact that it's
don't
not
think she
her
wants it
right
anymore.
now.
Yeah.
I think obviously she has to live in her feelings. She has to live in her feelings and be sad, and that's fine. But once she gets over that, she has a choice to make whether I want to be with Lawrence or I don't want to be with
I think
Lawrence.
she's going back to Uber Bay. I'm just saying.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
Time
this
will
shit.
tell.
To me, the series is gonna end with her and Lawrence together.
Yeah,
They gonna have their own kid, and Lawrence is gonna have
you
two
know how many
kids.
But
relationships
what I-
are like that right now? Like
I was going to say what I
Yeah.
love about this show is that they didn't take the easy way out.
Yeah.
And they did real life.
It's real life, yeah.
And-
It's real black millennial love.
Shit,
Yeah.
the scene of Lawrence talking to Condola and Issa about it, I thought that was probably one of the best scenes. Like I think the episode with Issa and Lawrence, like the date episode, was like one of the best episodes. But I think that scene of
that
Lawrence,
sequence was well executed.
that scene,
Yeah.
the sequence of Lawrence talking to Condola and Issa about it, like I just thought that was
the
the best.
Usher video.
These are my confessions. Yo, they put the Bieber people on the
I was
album
going to say,
cover.
man, Ellis posted the memo.
that
Wanna
meme-
confess?
Yo,
I was-
priceless, man.
that shit- he had the look on. I was like, damn, son. But no, it's like, yeah. So I get that. Like, I get it. You can feel away.
So I got a question for you guys. I really don't want to belabor this because I know that we gotta end this fucking episode.
Slim's face is just taking me out of here.
Yo,
Brown looks so like, these niggas.
I'm waiting for the question. I'm
Yo,
waiting for the question.
so we got a situation, right? Like I'm really confused. Someone please enlighten me. I know that you're in a committed relationship, right? And there's a phase. I think we talked about on one of the podcasts of the phase where you was like, oh, you don't gotta wear condoms no more. But if you're not on some,
No, there's a phase with that. There's a phase in that.
I'm just listening.
we talked about it
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Quit acting brand new, Slim.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
Quit
Like,
acting brand new, Slim.
I'm always pro. I'm always team condom.
I'm very much team condom too, but I know that there is a phase in a lot of new millennial relationships that where the woman says, because the man been be like, yo, nigga, take this shit off. But it was like, you don't gotta wear condoms with me, because I know. But if you're laying with a man with no condom, with no backup plan other than the pullout game, like,
Which is
isn't
a
the
horrible backup plan.
isn't the expectation that you may possibly become pregnant? And like I'm saying, if she got impregnated by Lawrence while they were together, which seems like what happened, and I'm like, what is the surprise about it? Because I was even mad at Lawrence, and I'm Team Lawrence Hive all day. But when he was like, "Is it mine?" I'm like, "Nigga, what the fuck, nigga? You picked the good one, and you talking about is it yours, nigga? I'll slap the fuck out you right now."
Well, I understood that question because
it's
when
like-
they were at the Thanksgiving episode, I remember the friend, the one who was drunk and causing on. She made a statement that said that alluded to Condola just out here enjoying her life and having fun.
Yeah, and that's why Lawrence was like, oh, where?
Yeah.
So that's why he was
I
like,
understood where that coming from. Where that came from.
Fuck
Yeah.
that. That's
But here's the thing:
sounding some
if that's
insecure
not,
bullshit.
if that's not,
That's some insecure bullshit.
but if
right
that's not
there.
your current girlfriend at the moment, like
that-
they haven't been together for a while, so he could genuinely be like, yo, I haven't seen you in like how long?
You know how pregnancies work, nigga.
Agreed.
We all do, but like if I haven't seen you like a month, like, well, I don't. She just said I'm pregnant. She didn't say, hey, I'm this so long. She just said I'm.
But then that's the other thing. Now, what I didn't like about the season finale is the timeline was just too off for me, or for the whole season, because I wasn't sure when they were together, when they were apart. It's New Year's, it's Christmas. I don't think they. For me, it wasn't consistent enough to really know.
There was a lot of inconsistencies in terms of the storylines.
So I don't know.
Like, I still don't understand what was wrong with Amanda Seale's character. Like, I'm still.
She had postpartum.
Yeah, and that's normal. That's
I understand that's normal. Like, I understand it's a normal thing, but I'm saying the way they showed it to me in the show, or you're it's like you're hinting at it without saying it, which could be the case.
Well, they were foreshadowing this since last season, if you paid attention.
I probably didn't. I was
she
way over my
dealing
head.
with that
He
when
wasn't.
She was pregnant. Huh?
Fuck you.
He wasn't.
That's why I said fuck you. That's why I said fuck you. I was like, I don't
But
know.
her character, it was leading up.
It was leading up to
it.
remember
Yeah,
when they
since
were in
last
the
year.
car and she was already sad about the fact that her life was going to change because of this
Her
child.
body wasn't gonna be the same.
Yeah.
She didn't have the freedom. She
All
can
of
get and
that.
go. Yeah.
And so then when
You
the
see-
season started,
See, I get that.
Keep going, man.
I get that, but I'm just saying, for the episode, it was like, oh shit, where is she? Where is she? And then you just find her, and then that's it.
hell no.
Yo, man, we get it. I think we gotta wrap this episode up, bro.
And we can, man. Just Condola just fucking up relationships.
I think it's not Cadola's fault. though.
It's not. I just want to say that it's not.
Please don't get him riled up again.
Nah, it's fucking
the
getting
gall
wrong.
of this nigga. man,
Like the nerve of her to get
wrap this
pregnant
shit up,
on my
yeah.
nigga Lawrence, right? Like, you know Lawrence was being safe, but she was like, let me
Was
poke holes in the
Lawrence being
condom.
safe, though? I mean,
This nigga sound reckless. Can we end this episode? Because this nigga is just
You know
reckless
Condola
as
was in the
shit.
bathroom like, I could get pregnant. Holes in the condom.
I'm Mr. Brown.
Slim.
Hey Brian, did you enjoy your first? Did you enjoy this? It was not your first, but I hope you had fun.
I had fun. I would like to do it again if you guys will allow me.
Oh no, this is gonna be a normal thing, so don't
Okay.
worry.
Oh, thanks. I will do a better job of picking my outfit so it won't be seen.
You're fine. Hey, this is Cass. Since you guys did your thing,
And we are.
damn, you ain't let my man say like,
It's
bye?
okay.
Like let my man say bye.
He just said his name, and he's gonna pick a better outfit. I was like, glad at you, motherfucker.
We are the Condolas.
I'll smack you with my penis.
What in the world?